Hey guys, Sean French here with Bethel-Tate Boosters. We're at the Plain Street Coffee House and Cafe in beautiful downtown Bethel, Ohio. Today I am with Shane Mays, head coach of the cross country and track
Correct.
at Bethel-Tate.
Correct.
Right?
The girls track and field team, technically, yes.
Okay, the girls
yes.
track and, okay,
Yep,
thank
yep.
you. And Shane, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Shane Mays. This is my second year coaching cross country, and then we'll be going into my third season in track and field this spring. I don't know if you know this or not, but I am from Bethel. I am a Bethel-Tate alumni. I graduated in 2001, a time ago, right? A long time ago. But yeah, when I was here in school, I ran track and field and cross country and fell in love with the sport of running and competing. And after I graduated high school, I went on to run at the University of Cincinnati. Okay. So I was a 400-meter hurdler there. Then I got into running marathons. I've run 7 marathons. Then got into to doing triathlons, so long-distance triathlons. So I've competed in 6 half Ironmans. And so I know a thing or two about endurance training and competing, and love being here.
Wow,
so thanks for having me.
Oh man, that's great. That's great. And and you've been coach for how many years now?
So this is my second season in cross country,
okay.
And then we'll be going into my third season in track and field.
Okay, and you guys just had a meet last week, right?
We did. So the state of Ohio has what they call a OHSAA state preview meet, where it is the only time prior to the state meet that athletes have the opportunity to actually run the state course. And in cross country, getting familiar with the course is important because from week to week, the course changes depending on where you're going and what the venue is. And so having an opportunity to compete on the actual state course is important. And so yeah, we went out there last Saturday, a bit of a tune-up race for us, and got a lot of really good information, a lot of really good data on where our athletes are in terms of their fitness. Some performances that I was expecting, but still impressive performances. Yeah. And you take Brady Sterling placing 13th out of around 300 athletes across Division II and Division III. It's pretty impressive, right? Yes. Grant Liming placing 5th out of I think over 100 athletes or more, right? So. We've got some phenomenal athletes that are working really hard. So
that's awesome. So you go to the state, so it's a state meet, it's a state track, but not a state meet. Is that
correct? Yeah. Okay. It's a regular 5K cross country course, or in this case 5K or 2 mile, but it's a state course. Yep.
And then how did they do?
Yeah, so we didn't go into it with any real team ambition. It was more around just getting a gauge for where everybody was. But with that being said, our girls placed 3rd overall.
Wow.
Out of, I think it was 20 different teams.
Wow.
So quite impressive there. And so I'm excited about what the season has in store for us. So watch out, SBAAC, we're coming for you.
Shane's coming for you.
Coming for you.
I love it. So, and how is the team looking this year? So you've lost some seniors, right? Every year it seems like you have to start over. Or
we didn't actually lose any seniors from last year.
Okay.
So this year we've got 6 seniors. So coming out of this season, we're going to take a bit of a hit. But looking at the work that the team has put in over the off season, the work that they're putting in and day out. Even on the weekends, we have our Sunday morning long run, and we just did that even this past week, where we got anywhere from 6 to 12 miles, right, depending on where the athletes are.
I barely walk a mile.
So to answer your question, we're looking really good.
That is awesome.
We're looking really good.
That is awesome. And so do you do anything with the middle school kids, or is it just the high school?
I just work with the high school.
Okay.
But one of the, I think, massively important factor in any sort of program, whether it's cross country or track and field or football, is to have a really good relationship with the middle school program, right? And so Ashley Shedler, who's
I just saw that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Good job, Ashley.
Yeah, shout out to Ashley. They're actually at their first meet of the year now.
Good luck, Ashley.
Felicity. Yes.
That's awesome.
And so this is what Wednesday, the 21st,
yep.
right? So they're at their first meet in Felicity right now, and Ashley and her husband Corey are just doing a phenomenal job with that program, and excited to hear about the excitement from the middle school athletes, and can't wait to get some of those 8th graders up to the high school next year.
That is awesome. And this is some of your runners now. How are they looking? Which ones are standing out this year from last year? Like, man, I can't believe this person is just really hitting all their marks.
Yeah, I mean, I can't talk about any of the athletes without certainly mentioning, Brady Sterling, right?
Yeah.
Who's a senior who's just been one of the most dedicated athletes that I've had the pleasure of working with.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to Brady.
Man, good job.
Multi-time state qualifier in cross country and track and field, and she's just focused beyond anything that I've seen, and she's having fun, and she's ready to go compete.
That is awesome.
But then, we've got a tremendous amount of other athletes. We've got Grant Liming, Blake Aylward, some freshmen. You got Aaron Liming, Luke Sterling, so Brady's little brother.
Yeah, okay.
And
how's he looking?
He's looking good.
And he's a freshman.
He's a freshman.
Yeah,
he's looking good, right?
I love it.
Noah May is another senior, my son who's ready to go. And we've got a lot of multi-sport athletes, certainly on the guys' side. And then, on the girls' side, I mentioned Brady already, but, Lily Hathcock, who really shows up as a team leader day in and day out for our collective team. Clara Reed, you've got Grace Tolliver, you've got Addison Johns. I mean, just so many. Mackenzie Riddle as a freshman, who's showing up really well, and we've got some girls that have joined our team, out of state, who are new to Bethel, right? So so excited about our team growing, and
so when a kid comes to you, or you, and they're wanting to do cross country,
sure.
What do you tell them? Like, this is what you have to have. This is, the drive. What kind of, what are you looking for, or how are you trying to? This is what you need to do. Basically, I don't know.
I think I understand what you're asking.
When you're getting in that middle school, some of the kids aren't really like, I don't really understand what the cross country is. Yep. Now they're coming into high school. You see them like, okay, I'm kind of like, what are you looking for in that kid to say, okay, I'm going to be able to pull this talent and be able to work with this. This kid's got it.
Yeah, no, a couple things come to mind. The first is, and this might sound a bit cliche, but it's a good attitude, right, and a growth mindset. Running, especially cross country, it's hard. Yeah. It's really hard, and there's we talk about this a lot. Even Brady and I certainly have talked about this a lot. You spend a lot of time on the road in the off season, some lonely miles, right, that you're logging. And so, do you have a growth mindset? Do you have a good attitude? And are you ready to approach each and every run, each and every workout with when I talk about pursuit of progress, right? Every opportunity we step out the door, we have an opportunity to get a little better. I take a lot of pride as a coach in meeting athletes where they are, right? And so conversations that I'm having with Brady are a little different than conversations that I have with other kids. Right. In terms of race strategy or training philosophy or workouts.
Because I would think cross country would be way different than track. I mean, do they seem like they go hand in hand, or?
The difference between cross country and track, the starkest difference between the two is, cross country, it's one race. Everybody's running a 5-kilometer race, the 3.1 miles, right? In track and field, you've got 17 different events. As a coach that, Dave Schellenberger and I are worried about coaching. So Dave Schellenberger is the guy's head coach.
Okay.
And so when you got 17 different events versus, one event, that's where the complexity comes into play. When you think about the distance events, like the 3,200 meter in track and field versus a 5-kilometer race, there's a lot of similarities in how we train. In track and field, it's a flat 400 meter track, regardless of where we go, right? And so, part of what we intentionally mix into our training in cross country is mixing up the terrain, a lot of hill work, trail running, and things like that to just build the awareness and muscular structure to be able to handle that kind of environment.
Man, I give a shout out to all them kids, man. I know I couldn't do it. I never even tried out for it. As a kid, I would run the track, the mile that they would make us run in school around the track. Yep. Dude, that was enough for me. Yeah. There was no way. 5? Good job,
Yeah.
guys. That's awesome. That is awesome. So what's up for next week? Where are you guys headed?
Yeah, so we have this weekend off, which
Okay.
is a rare weekend, and then we go to Lebanon next weekend, which will be a massive meet with big competition. We'll see a lot of state qualifiers there,
Okay.
both Division I, Division II,
So that's a
the
big school up
Mollers,
there.
the St.
Yeah.
X's of
Okay.
the world. Oakwood is a big competitor on the girls' side that we'll see. So we go to Lebanon next week, and then we got a home meet right around the corner.
Okay.
On September 14th.
And you guys, where do you do that at? Where's that run?
Yeah, so we run our home meet at US Grant Vocational.
Okay.
So last year was the first time we ran it there. It was a big success.
Okay.
We're really excited about this year's meet, where we've got more schools that are coming. A Tri-State Running Company that's sponsoring us. We've got Plain Street Coffee and Cafe.
Shout out to them.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Donna.
Yeah, thanks, Donna. Big shout out to Donna,
Right.
who's not only helping with our coaches' hospitality, but showing up with their breakfast truck. I don't know how to best describe it. Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of really good things that are going to happen. So it's going to be more than just a cross country race. It's going to be an event, music and snow and ice, and so. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
and when is that one again?
So September 14th.
September 14th.
Yeah, would love to see a big turnout.
I would love, I think the boosters would, I think that'd be cool for us to show up down there.
Would love to have.
I know last year, so I've been on the boosters for 2 years.
Yep.
I haven't done a cross country meet yet, so I'm due for that.
Yeah.
I think.
Come on out.
And then, do you already have a DJ? Because I'm a lightweight DJ. I don't know.
We do. Yeah. Shout out.
I'm trying to plug myself.
Sorry, I'm gonna shout out Tim Vogel, who year on year. That guy shows up in a massive
Steve,
way.
man. Steve, right? Steve Vogel, right? Is it? It's
Tim.
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 Is it Tim? Maybe
Tim.
Tim. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did an event. We did a fundraiser one year, and he did my fundraiser. Man,
yeah,
great guy.
Phenomenal
Great guy. Yes,
yeah.
Totally agree. Yeah, my bad, Tim. All right. So, is there anything else that you would like to talk about before I ask the next question?
No, I think we've covered a lot of the key points, right? Like as I mentioned, I'm super excited about the season. Kids are putting in a lot of hard work day in and day out. 6 days a week. I do give them one off day a week.
What day is that?
And it's typically Monday, actually.
Monday.
Typically Monday.
Okay.
We typically race on Saturday, long run on Sunday, and an off day on Monday.
So you race on Saturday, come back on Sunday, and do and run some more for practice, and then say, okay, now you have off.
Now you have an off day.
Man.
Now you have
That's
an
a
off
lot.
day. It is, but they're dedicated.
You're gonna be a winner, right? You're gonna be a winner.
Yeah, and like I said, I think we have a legitimate chance at taking league on both the guys and the girls side. So we got a lot of talent.
That would be awesome. And to bring home a state championship would be awesome. I meant,
it would be.
Like we all get excited about that around here, don't we?
It would be. As a team, we certainly aspire to get both teams to the regional meet for sure, which is a big achievement as a team, especially small school.
Right.
And I definitely expect, certainly one, if not a couple of our athletes to really, pursue that state qualifying position, right?
Yeah.
Brady in particular, right? So.
Right. I've heard a lot about her. I mean, I met you. Other people talk a lot about her. I mean, good job to her. And, so my next question. Okay. As a booster.
Lay it on me.
As a booster, what we like to do is raise money. And a lot of times, that's what my job is, to raise money for the student athletes.
That's right.
I don't have a high school student athlete. I do this because there's some reasons why I do this. And one of the reasons is because I just love the kids. I want to be able to help, right? I feel blessed, and I want to be able to help. So what can we do as the boosters to help Shane? What can we do that you might need? You're like, man, if we had this, this would kind of help out. What do you think what comes to mind?
I'm going to take this in a slightly different direction from cross country, if you'll bear with me here, right?
I'm here.
The beauty of cross country is, roads, are something that, we can find in abundance, around here to run on, and trails and things like that. And we're really, really fortunate to have East Fork in our backyard, excuse me. I would say the one thing that I could use help on. All right, so you ready for this? Are you ready? You ready? Brace yourself.
I'm ready.
Brace yourself.
I'm ready.
and that would benefit not only our cross country team, but certainly our track and field team, and honestly the community. I could really use some help to replace our track.
Yeah.
It's a big one. It's a big one. So our track is 20 years old, right? So it's already lasted 8 years beyond the typical life expectancy of a polyurethane track, and so we've gotten our money's worth out of it. But we've got, with every track practice, it seems like more and more of the actual track surface is coming up, exposing bare concrete underneath the surface. Not an ideal surface to train on, number one. And number two, we used to be able to hold home track and field meets, right? And people from all over came. It was like the polar meet, right? The first meet of the year, and people showed up in groves to be able to participate and so on. And we can't do that anymore because our track is just, nobody wants to come race on it. Let's put it that way, right? And so, and honestly, it's a bit of an embarrassment to even think about asking people to come, other teams to come race on it, especially seeing the venues that we race at today. So it's a big ask.
So with that.
Yep.
So 2 years ago, I go to my first middle school football game, and they took the bleachers out right before that. I'm out there. I'm on the hot concrete or blacktop. It was hot outside. I'm like, where did the bleachers? I'm complaining like everybody else. And so I'm sitting there, and I talk to one of the grandparents, and they tell me, well, you think this is bad? Well, the kids can't even run on the track. I'm like, what do you mean they can't run on the track? Well, it's not, it's, I guess, hazardous. It's, there's holes, like you said, there's, so they can't run on it. So I was like, oh my, the bleachers are one thing. The track, I'm like, oh my gosh, how much is that going to cost to fix? And, they, over 500,000, I think was the number, over.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my, who's doing something about that? So at that point, I decided that I wanted to do something, so I became a booster. And that's why, because of the track. Now, this is the first time I met you. You don't know me.
Music to my ears.
For 2 years, for 2 years, I've been doing this booster thing in my mind, I know that these kids need the track.
Yep.
And and then recently, I find out that we have a young student that can go to state and win the state championship, but can't do her qualifications at home. That she'll have to go to Williamsburg to run. And I thought, that's terrible. So,
I couldn't agree more.
Now, Donna, I met Donna through all this. Donna's been a big supporter of the boosters. Donna was a big supporter of getting the bleachers back. She was our main, we're doing a softball tournament August 31st to raise money for the new bleachers at the middle school. The school paid for one set. There's another set coming that the boosters are paying for. So again, shout out to Donna. It just seems like she's right in the middle of this, trying to really help these student athletes. And again, I didn't know Donna as well, so I just feel like, maybe somebody's watching this and say, hey, we need to do something. But Donna introduced me to Adam. I can't remember, I'm terrible with this, man. Adam was our state representative, and he told me, face to face, he said, honestly, this is a community problem, not a state problem. He said, there's nothing I can do to help. He said, but if, I said, what if we can get a hold of a grant money? I find somebody to write a grant. He said, if you do that, I will walk it in to the governor's office for Bethel. And I was just like, you'll do that? He said, absolutely. He said, I will sign my name to it. I will help. That would be awesome. So if you're watching this and you write grants, man, get a hold of me, but that's the only way. Or it would have to go to the school, or it'd have to go on a levy. And I don't think, it would pass. What I'm hearing, not to say anybody's tried it, but that's it. So we got to do something. Really, the track needs to be fixed. This is bad. So, and this is nobody's fault. There just wasn't, money in the replacing it. I guess the maintenance of it, like you said, it lived its life.
It's lived its life.
It's lived its life.
Yeah, nobody's fault. It's lived its life. And
so as a parent, man, I just want you to know that I feel bad for it as well. Like I said, I just met you. So this is. I just want you to know that this is why I'm here, for that track.
No, we appreciate it.
Yeah,
we appreciate
I haven't done anything yet.
No,
but I'm here. We're making. You brought it up, but we want to do something. So, man, Shane, is there anything else? Is there anything else?
Yeah, no. I say just thank you for the opportunity. to come and represent the cross-country team,
Yeah.
first and foremost. Again, an amazing group of kids, amazing group of athletes. And I'll say that they're backed by an amazing group of parents. So having the opportunity to work with these kids day in and day out is a blessing, and it's something that I do not take for granted. And so really thankful for that opportunity. So,
I appreciate you.
yeah, thank you.
And also, I would love for you to come back. I'd love to hear what else is going on. You know, I think
Happy
give
to.
an insight on what the kids are doing.
Sure.
I don't hear about it. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
like, again, I don't have a student athlete. We're not, my kid's not in high school yet. But I definitely, I'm interested. I want to know.
Yeah, happy to come back
and I'm
anytime.
going to see you. I wrote it down, September 14th.
September 14th.
Yeah, we're going to be there, and we're going to support you, and
Love it.
I will be there.
Love it.
Yeah, and I'll bring my booster banner, let them know that,
Yeah.
hey, Bethel-Tate boosters are out here supporting Shane, yeah, Coach Shane. So, man, I appreciate it. It was
All right.
great to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Yeah,
And
thank you.
if you're watching this, you think, oh, I could help with that track, you let us know, because that would be, you would be the man.
Yeah, it'd be incredible.
Absolutely. All right.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Shane, take care. All right, guys, I'm out. See you later.